Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cassie and this is That Grim Reader. In today's video we are going to be discussing my 2024 reading, channel and life goals. It's mostly going to be reading goals and just a couple of other bits sprinkled in there because why not? Need to hold myself accountable somehow. So to start with the reading goals, the Goodreads reading goal. Obviously that is standard at this point. I'm going to set my reading goal to 100 again. At this point in 2023, it's like it's nearly Christmas, and I've read about 150 books this year, so 100 seems easy, but I don't want to put pressure on myself to read a stupid amount when I could be trying to focus a bit more on quality than quantity, but we'll see how that goes. Kind of following on from that, my goal is to read more big chunky books. I don't own too many of them. This bad boy has been sat on my shelf for coming up to a year now. I bought it in the Waterstones hardback sale like last December, and I really want to read it. It sounds fascinating, but I just suck at reading big books. I did make a bit of an effort last year by reading Babel in February, and that just put me off big books forever because it sucked. So I've had very little drive to try again since then, but I'm ready. 2024 is going to be the year of big books for me, hopefully. Next goal is to read more books from my physical TBR, or to prioritise them. I did last year go on a book buying ban for several months and I did really well, but I've made up for it since then by just anytime I see something. I buy most of my books used from charity shops, so if I see something that sounds interesting and it's like 20p or 50p, it seems stupid not to buy it, but also I can't possibly read all of the books that I own, so because there's constantly new stuff coming out that I want to read more. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to get through my physical TBR. Don't know if I'm going to make it like a little reading challenge on my channel or if I'm just going to... I don't know. I don't have a solid plan. If you have ideas, I might steal the Read It or Unhaul It challenge that Emily Fox has been doing for the last year or so. Other people probably do it as well, but Emily Fox is where I saw it first. So, and again, leading off from the physical TBR thing, I want to read more books than I buy. So I want to, if I've got say 200 books on my physical TBR, I want that to be the maximum. So I can't buy new books until I read some of the old ones or unhaul them, I guess. Yeah, that is my plan, to at least have a net. Don't increase the number of books that I physically own, apart from I'm allowed to buy books that I've read from the library or digitally, or ebooks, audiobooks, whatever. Like, for example, I read and loved In the Dream House, which was on my best books of the year, and I don't own that physically, but if I buy that, that's fine. That's not going to take away from that's not going to count towards the numbers. I do want to try and read more ebooks. I have a Kindle. I buy 99p ebooks on there quite regularly, and I don't ever read them. I think I maybe read one ebook this year. So there's stuff on there that I'm dying to read, like Earthlings by Sayaka Murata. I've been dying to read that since it came out, and I own it. Why haven't I read it yet? I forget they exist because I can't see them. Like all the books on my physical TBR, I can see them. They tempt me. Whereas the Kindle books, they're ethereal. They don't exist, sort of. I have no like object permanence with ebooks, apparently. I also want to try and read from more diverse authors different ethnicities, different countries. Want to read more translated works because I seem to have a pretty good success rate with the ones that I do pick up. So yeah, nice easy one there. And I also want to get better at permanently DNFing a book. This year I've got better at putting a book down pretty much immediately if it's not hooking me in the first chapter. But then I'll come back to it later and love it, so it's fine. But there's one book in particular, Ghosted, which I've mentioned in several videos. I started reading it in April, got about halfway, and I just don't care. I have no interest in it, but it pains me to DNF it, to take it off my currently reading on Goodreads and Storygraph. So it's still sat there saying currently reading, even though I haven't touched it in 8 months. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just learn to actually DNF a book if it's not working for me, rather than leaving it in limbo forever. I also want to continue diving a little deeper into genres that I've read and have surprised me a little bit this year. I was shocked to discover that 3 of my most surprising books, video up there, of the year had like a historical fiction essence to them. So yeah, I really didn't think I liked historical fiction, so I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit. I'm open to recommendations. Please let me know if you have any, as long as they're not World War II related or just war in general. It's not something that appeals to me, and I think that's what my brain thinks historical fiction is, so maybe that's why I had a negative opinion of it. As well as that, I read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez and really enjoyed that, which, who am I? I am not a romance girly. I will watch a couple of rom-coms a year and have a fun time, but that's the extent of my romance love, so to speak. So yeah, I want to find more. I did read one of Emily Henry's books and quite enjoy that too, so maybe I need to find my little niche within romance. Again, any recommendations, please let me know. I don't really like smut. I'm fine with a bit, it's not an issue, but I don't want that to be the focus of the story. I want it to be the fun banter, and I want the characters to have more about them than just the relationship. So Part of Your World, Alexis, she was a doctor, she had all of that side, and her parents sucked, she had all of that to deal with. And Daniel had the town, trying to buy the house. Like, he had lots of things to deal with apart from the relationship. It wasn't the only thing that they had going on in their lives. So yeah, I liked that. I'd like to join a book club or facilitate doing more buddy reads somehow. I don't really know how that would work through YouTube, but did a couple of buddy reads last year and really enjoyed them. One of them was buddy reading Babel, which sucked, but I still had a fun time bitching about it to my friends. So yeah, I want to do more book clubs or buddy reads, or just I want to talk with more people about books rather than just talking at you all the time. So yeah, if you know how to go about that, please let me know. I know how to join a book club, obviously, but the buddy reads thing, I'm not too sure. My final reading goal is to try manga. I own a few. I own, like, I don't know. If I see them for cheap, I buy them. I saw a bundle on Vinted of someone selling the first volume of like 7 or 8 different series, and I was like, yeah, I'll buy that, I'll give those a go, and I never have done, so I have to do a video trying them all or something, or just slot them in amongst my normal reading. I don't know. One of them is The Promised Neverland, which I've watched the first series of the anime, and I adore that show. It was so fun, and that's the one that I most want to read, I think. So I bought like 10 volumes of that one because I was like, yeah, I love this, and it's been 6 months and I haven't touched them. Channel goals. There's only a couple of these because my channel's still a tiny little baby and I don't really know what I want from it yet, but my first goal is that I want to try and continue uploading twice a week, which I think I've done every week since I started so far. But I also want to give myself the leniency to take a little break if I need to. I have such a low, like, relatively low subscriber count, viewers, whatever, so I don't think it'll particularly matter if I miss an upload or two. I know the algorithm loves consistency, but the algorithm isn't really showing me to many people anyway, so it's probably fine. I don't want to get myself burnt out before I've even started, so yeah. In terms of subscribers, I'd love to hit 100. I'm at like 56 or something at the moment, so got that in the first couple of months, so I think it's attainable. Maybe I could go for 200, or is that being a little bit greedy? I don't know. But yeah, I just like to see consistent growth, really. I don't mind. I'm having a fun time whether people are watching me or not. Okay, next, I want to do more themed reading vlogs. I've only done one reading vlog so far, and it was pretty successful, and I had a really fun time. Making it. It was my festive reading vlog. It's not really, by the time this goes up, it probably won't really be the season for festive reading vlogs anymore, but if you want to watch it, you can. Yeah, and it was fun. So I want to try and do more reading vlogs with a theme. I have maybe 3 planned for early next year. Don't know how quickly I'll get around to them, but I'm really looking forward to them. The theme's interesting. To me, anyway. I don't know if it'll be interesting to you. And then, kind of a channel goal, I want to learn how to do more with editing other than just jump cuts and putting a little picture in the corner, because that's all I can manage so far. But yeah, I don't know that I necessarily need to do more than that, but I'd like to, maybe, if I get the time. And then I've got 3 life goals, just very boring and basic, really. Number 1 is I want to spend more time outside. I work from home. I spend all of my time in this house. Well, I've only just moved into this house, but in a house. And yeah, I need to get out more. I need fresh air. It's good for my physical and mental health. I just, like, right there is a little patio, and I could just sit and read a book out there. I'm gonna try and go outside more. I want to learn to cook some more really quick and easy meals. This past few months I've been so guilty of just ordering like a carvery or whatever, because I can't be bothered to cook. But I've just bought an air fryer, and it has changed my life. I've been only making boring stuff. Like, I cooked a ham the other day and have been eating ham sandwiches constantly ever since. Yeah. So if you have any air fryer recipes, please let me know. That's not what you're here for, but oh well. And finally, I just want to get the house into a livable state. The bathroom still doesn't have a floor or a light. The kitchen is still not hugely usable, hence the air fryer. So I'd like to get those rooms sorted and start getting the house a bit more cozy and more me, I guess. Yeah, that's it. What are your reading goals for the year, or life goals, or anything? Let's hold each other accountable. Let me know. Thank you for watching the video, and thank you for all of the views, subscribers, and everything in 2023. It's been great, and I'm looking forward to 2024. Thanks very much. Bye.